Hello and welcome to Bronze Age Monsters, the show where we wade into the weirdest and wildest waters of the comic books of the 1970s. This season on BAM, we covered the brief life of Atlas Seaboard Comics, the publishing venture of Martin Goodman that some say was a middle finger to Marvel and Stan Lee. Revenge is a dish best served in 4 colors. I'm Matt Howell.
I'm Jacob Balcom.
Thanks for joining us, everybody. This is the grand finale of Season 7. This is also the last season finale you're going to see of this show because the show is being retired by us.
That's right. And you can see we have our tuxedo shirts on, which we always did for every finale. I know none of you saw every time, but yeah, that's just what we did. We both have fancy jackets. I have a velvet smoking jacket on.
I have a jacket I got for $4 at Goodwill.
Nicely done, my friend. I'm drinking a double Manhattan in the Italian Moreno glass.
I don't have anything worth really drinking here. So I have a Pelican. This is Oregon Coast Brewery.
Pelican's good.
It's their Beak Breaker Hazy. So it's like an Imperial. So it's a
oh, shit. All right. Yeah, that's a double.
That's double. So it's kind of a one and done for me. Hopefully we can get through the show with just one cocktail. Otherwise I'll have to go make something. All right. So Jacob, you did allude to the fact that we get dressed up for these finales, and those are always on YouTube, I believe. So I think every season finale of the show was always on YouTube. It was always a fancy affair. Like this, black tie.
This is black tie.
Yeah. So, I don't know if, I don't think we, I think throughout this has been a year. But one thing I did want to mention was almost to like the day, I swear to God, it's been like exactly a year. I know we started with Grim Ghost in February. So what a crazy year.
Yeah. Have any of our seasons ever lasted a full year?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Wait, that can't be true because Werewolf by Night had 43 issues.
Yeah, that's true. Was that
we did it more frequently though?
Yeah, we did do it more frequently. That's true.
So, yeah, I don't know, Jacob. I feel like it wasn't. So I think this is the longest season we ever had. I think it was a good call. I think that, we bounced this around. You said, I think this is a good way to go out. Kind of a victory lap for us. Everything we love about this, what the show was celebrating. And I have no regrets with this. I think it went really well.
I do too. I know it was a lot of work. I know it was a lot of work for you, but I feel like this was, I don't know. This is going out on a high note. I was talking with someone about this, it's just like, okay, we're going out on the Atlas Seaboard, and like, well, maybe you'll do another thing. And so I've done this a few times this past year, being like, well, what would be our next thing? And our next thing, all the choices were just redundant. It's like, okay, let's just do Man-Thing or Swamp Thing, or it's like we kind of mined a lot of the, tiny corners of the Bronze Age and the stuff that we liked. And I think doing the work on Atlas Seaboard like we've done, like no one has ever done on the history of this planet. So I feel like we can go out on this giant triumphant thing that we have done, this mighty work we have wrought.
Yes. I feel like, I probably would have learned from season 6 and stayed in the Marvel lane. And I probably would have scheduled a 2-for season that was something like the Six-Fingered Hand of the Defenders and the Doctor Strange Montesi formula, or whatever that was, that Dracula crossover thing. Mm-hmm. That just seemed like that would, like you said, that feels like that would just be going back to what you know. It's fairly mainstream, relatively speaking, and it's just, it's continuing Son of Satan. It'd be continuing season 4 essentially for us.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to do that again. So
I don't know. I think this is the best way we could have possibly gone out. And I like the shows that don't have 12 seasons.
Me too.
I like the TV shows that have 3 or 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And
maybe we'll come back for a holiday special someday, but that's about all you get.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that way in the future. But But for now we have our Atlas Seaboard finale where we are going to go through our favorites, our least favorites, listener votes. We're going to draw some names from the famed champagne bucket, give away some prizes. Like I've said before, high five our way to the locker room.
Yep. Slap some ass.
Mm-hmm.
Slap our own asses and then each other's. Maybe a little towel snapping. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'll call you Balcom the whole episode.
Yeah.
Like we're jocks.
The blinding of Bobby Driscoll.
There's a drink for a Simpsons reference.
Drink for Simpsons. That's right.
Yeah. So there's not a lot to say. I will reiterate, this is not the last you'll hear from us. We are going to come back at an undetermined point in the not too distant future, the next month or so, probably after you see this, and have a season finale, which is very unstructured. And it's just going to be us on YouTube live, and we're just going to reminisce and just kind of say goodbye, sweep up the spotlight a little bit. No structure, no agenda, just saying goodbye. And
that's our series finale, right?
That's a series finale.
Okay.
And we're going to send out the StreamYard link. If anybody wants to hop into the green room and wait and just pop on and say hi, you can do that. If you're shy, you don't want to do that, we'd love if you send us an email at bronzeagemonsters at Gmail. If you want to send a message to us, we'll read it on the air. If you want to be on the stream but not be on video and just like chat, we'll read chats out. And you could also send in a video. We'd play that during the show. If you want to send in a voicemail or an MP3 of you talking on your voice memo on your phone, whatever. If you want to send us a message to say goodbye or say something that you loved about the show or hated about the show, you can even post it in the comments of this video you're watching right now. If you don't want to go to Gmail and laboriously type out a comment, just put it down there.
So much work.
Yeah. Yeah, we're trying to remove barriers here. So, if you want to do that, that'd be great. We'll put that in socials, on our Patreon public, Blue Sky, Instagram, our Discord, all that stuff. We'll give you a heads up of about a week when it's going to happen, and hopefully you can make it. If you can't, you can send in a message, and if you don't want to, you can just listen later, I guess.
Yep.
If you want to. There's no pressure.
There's no pressure. Really, however you want to take this in is fine. Or not at all. Honestly, you could turn this off right now if you wanted to.
Yep. Okay. I hear like in my mind's ear, I hear like timpanis in the background. Like this is like Oscar night for us.
It is.
Right? Okay. How do you want to start? Do you want to start with, we're going to start with bottom fives, first of all. Yep. I think what Jacob and I discussed before we start recording, we're going to draw a person. That person wins a prize. We have some prizes. And I think we're going to give away a BAM coffee cup from our shop. We're going to give away a BAM t-shirt. Jason Feinstone, one of our star gods, was kind enough to give us an Atlas Seaboard t-shirt that he got at Comic-Con a couple years ago when they gave the Migos out. He's offering that as a prize. You can get an Atlas Comics t-shirt. I don't know what size it is. I'm assuming it's a large. And then at the end, if you didn't win a prize on the way, there's going to be a final drawing for those people that didn't get their ballots drawn, and we're going to give away the Star God action figure. I'm going to say right now, before anyone gets mad, this is domestic only. I have shipped things overseas, and it's just gotten worse. We can't afford to do it. It's like $100 to send something across the ocean now. So, I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah,
domestic
sucks.
only to the U.S. Okay, continental U.S.
Continental.
Okay, so let's start. How do you want to do it?
Okay.
You drawing out of the champagne bucket?
Okay. Well, I'm drawing out of the champagne bucket.
Okay.
All right. So let's just get a name in here of everyone that voted. Okay. All right. We have.
I'm not eligible, so don't say it's me.
Matt Howe.
Oh,
no.
Yes.
It's Jared from Swords and Scrolls.
Oh, our friend Jared.
Yeah, good old Jared. Big supporter of the show. Very cool guy. We've had him on.
Wolf episode.
Yeah, he was on the Wolf episode, one of my favorites. And we've been on his show. You've been on a couple times.
Yep.
Yeah, Jared's been a massive supporter and good friend of the show for a long time. He was in it pretty early, right? He came on came on like first or second season.
Yeah, I think by second season he had found us and was supportive of what we do.
Yeah,
he's also
cool guy.
When I role play, he's the GM.
Nice.
So
I love it.
Yeah, he puts up with a guy who doesn't know anything about anything.
Oh, wow.
Holds my hand and walks me through everything. So bless him. Congrats, Jared. Okay. So why don't you, let's see, since you want me to start? So like, how about you do Jared's number? So for bottom 5 folks, it's going to be like number 21 through 25, because we took Vicky out. Vicky isn't an Atlas comic, so I don't think it should be in the rankings. So we pulled those out of our rankings. So I believe it starts on 21, right? Yeah. So like, what's Jared's position 21 in the ranking? And then what's yours? And then what's mine? And then go down. And the last thing that will be revealed is the very bottom of the rankings, the shittiest, in our opinion, comic that Atlas Seaboard put out. Okay, does that make sense, Jacob?
That makes sense.
So let's start with Jared's top of his bottom 5. What was his first choice, his least favorite of his bottom 5?
The least favorite, that would be coming in at 21, would be Phoenix.
Phoenix?
Yeah, I know. Wasn't my bottom 5, but still, I get it, you know.
It was running up there for me.
It was not high on my list. That is for damn sure.
You know, one thing we didn't talk about was like what you and I were talking, like, you know, I think you asked like, what are your criteria for this? Like choosing these. And I was just saying, I'm all over the place. Like it is completely subjective, title per title. Like, so maybe it's, the whole run. If it was a book that had 4 issues, I'm thinking of the entire run of the book. I'm thinking about where it ended. Maybe I'm thinking about the potential. Maybe I'm thinking about the potential in the first issue that got completely thrown out the window by the second issue. Maybe I'm thinking about just the art. Maybe I'm thinking about just the writing. Like I am all over the place. So,
but you're going to qualify these, of course. I'm assuming. Yeah. So I did mine. I had to stop tinkering like a couple days ago. I was just like, you know what? It is what it is. And then when I was making the slideshow and everything, there's a theme with me.
Okay. I don't know if I told you this. I wrote the names down on slips of paper and had them on our dining room table for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, you showed me.
I walked by and I was just like, and I felt like Deputy Andy, like looking at the owl cave glyph. Like I just come by, just stand at it with a cup of coffee and like, I have to have a drink for Twin Peaks.
It's a map.
Sheriff, do you think 4-H Club has anything to do with this?
I don't think so, Andy.
And I would just like move 2 slips around and be like, and then walk off. And I come back the next day and like move 2 more things around or move them back. Like it was ridiculous. And then I came in Sunday, I think, and just did it all. And
good.
Juked and jived, and stuff that had been forming up all season long got jettisoned and dropped. Things shuttled up to the top. It got weird. So who's going next? You?
I can go. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me. Okay. So yeah, my coming in at my 21 slot, Target. Terrible comic.
The reason that he didn't land in the bottom 5 for me was because even when they did the stupid thing and put a cat suit on him and goggles or whatever, he still threw somebody into a vat of molten like oil or whatever it was being rendered.
He did.
So he was they didn't just go, okay, it's a Dirty Harry ripoff and now it's a superhero book. Like he was still unhinged. So that was the only reason he wasn't in the bottom for me.
Okay, he was unhinged, but how much of that is just a callback to your favorite police detective from the actual Werewolf by Night series?
Oh, well, yeah.
I'm just saying, I know you. I know where this is coming from.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair. Okay,
right.
So what did you hate most about Target?
I don't know. I thought it was dumb. I thought it was just, I don't know. I mean, like I say, it's not the bottom for me, but the art was really shitty. And I just did not, I don't know. I did not like Target. I did not connect with it. And it kind of made me mad.
Was that Nostrand? Who was the artist?
Was it Nostrand?
I thought it was.
I tried to forget.
I thought there was like moments that we actually liked, but yeah, again, like for me, like putting in that dorm room, like putting a hippie's head through a door, like just those things really go a long way with me because I'm an idiot. So like, I know, I objectively know it's stupid,
It is stupid.
I did enjoy it, and the art occasionally was cool enough to where it's like this stayed out of the bottom for me.
Okay.
All right. Me?
Yep.
Okay. Look at mine. Mine's got red.
Whoa.
Okay. My number 21 was Grim Ghost.
Whoa. That's
Fucking hate Grim Ghost.
That's a little shocking to me. Grim Ghost, I don't know. Interesting.
I don't like it, man. Ernie Colon is not a good match for that type of book. I thought the story was stupid. Even when they gave it to Friedrich and said, do something else with it, it was still not promising to me. So I was concerned of that first episode, like, is this going to be a really long year? But thankfully there were some highs.
Yeah. It was long. It wasn't too long though. There were some highs. There were a bunch of highs.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Grim Ghost. Yeah. Yeah. He made it higher up on the list for me. Not gonna lie.
That's fair. I think that's one of those ones where I'm the outlier here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of outliers and Dark Horse Eye that is going to come into this whole thing. It's a lot of left turns. But yeah, okay. So with Jared.
Yes.
Jared coming in at his number 22 was Blazing Battle Tales, which it made mine. We'll be talking about Sergeant it for Hawk? Me. That is Sergeant Hawk.
Yeah.
That was the bad war comic, not the excellent war comic that Atlas did.
Yeah.
That one just made you and I just mad.
Yep.
Because I love war comics. Yeah, I know. Thank God, But yeah, that just made me semi-furious just at a lot of ways.
Yep. Yep. I think it's going to be a recurring theme, a leitmotif.
Leitmotif. Okay. All right. Mine?
Yes.
Okay. So my number 22 was The Brute, which I have to say, I know there are some fun moments. I love that he killed children. I guess I love that. It's a weird thing for me to say. I work with children. I guess I love when, I liked it when The Brute did it, and it was fun. And I don't know, there was just something that I enjoyed the shittiness of The Brute. Like, there were things that I really laughed. I love that we talked about it with MJ, which I loved. I loved that episode. I had such a blast talking with you and MJ. But, I reread a lot of these in voting. Like, I just have kind of like a little stack by my bed, and I just reread them the last couple of weeks. And The Brute just, I don't know, The Brute bummed me out. I just didn't like it. I didn't like the art. I didn't like The Brute. So that's me. Yep.
Okay, that's totally fair. I think a lot of people would echo that sentiment.
Yes.
Okay. So that's yours. Here's mine. The Brute.
Yes. Fucking love it.
When it comes to child death, needlessly being gratuitously placed in comics, that Fleischer's cruel, weird first issue went way longer than it should have in my mind of like giving it esteem. Like,
me too.
Him smashing a teenager against a cave wall, and we laughed about how gross that was and weird. There were 2 more issues.
There were,
and they were not good.
No, they hit a swear in one, and it still didn't make it good.
Oh yeah, the plane.
Mm-hmm.
So Zakowski.
Yep.
Not his best work, not Fleischer's best work. And this is one of the ones that we said several times throughout the year was Goodman saying, "Where's my Hulk?"
And it wasn't even close to a Hulk. If they would have made something similar to a Hulk, I would have liked it better, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish he would have said, "Where's my muck monster?" Because I bet there could have been a good muck monster. I guess Morlock was kind of a muck monster, wasn't he? But yeah. Anyway, what's Jared's number 23?
Okay, Jared's number 23 is Tiger Man, which shocking. I know that's, I don't want to predict anything, but I'm pretty sure it's going to make all of our bottom 5s. It sure made most of people's bottom 5s, as we'll see later. So,
okay.
I get it. Tiger Man. Wow.
Another one of Cologne's not best moments.
Oh my God. Like, Ernie Colon is a great artist. He is a great artist. Mm-hmm. But that was dog shit.
Yeah.
So,
and again, I reviewed a lot of this. I didn't read them, Jacob. I mostly flipped through them just to refresh myself. I didn't actually do the work of reading, but I just his first appearance in Throwing Adventure Stories was what the character should have been. It should have been edgy, flesh peddlers, pornographers, drug dealers, him brutally killing people. That's what the character is meant to be. And once he appeared in there, which I thought the story was cool, the art was good, it was transgressive, edgy. Once he jumped into a 4-color comic, it's like, this is awful.
It's awful. He's a kitty cat man.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was pretty terrible. But I'm sure we're both going to be talking about that later.
Probably.
So, okay. So me.
Yep.
All right. My number 23 is Cougar.
Le
Coug, which, and we talked to Marvel by the Month about the Cougar, right?
Yeah.
Which I loved, and I love those guys so much. And I feel it was fun. I mean, obviously, like even on these bad ones, Matt, we had fun. We have fun talking about comics, whether they're good or bad. That's the greatness of this show.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially going back and reading the Cougar again, and maybe not even getting to the end, honestly, is reading this and being like, oh yeah, fuck this comic. That's right. I remember. I remember this. The Cougar's terrible. So yeah, that was my 23.
Okay. That's good. My number 23 was Blazing Battle Tales.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Again, we've said it a lot. It was the Black Lodge version of Savage Combat Tales. Everything that book wasn't. It was brainless, heartless, soulless, and stupid. And there was occasional moments of interesting stuff with the art, but there was no story to speak of, and not a lot to commend about it.
No.
Yeah, bad stuff.
Bad stuff all around.
Yep.
Okay. All right, 24. Now this is, I don't know. This isn't a hot take. I thought it was interesting though. Jared's 24 is Weird Suspense, starring the Tarantula.
Wow. Okay. Like, wow. Yeah, man. I mean, Boyette, the last two issues weren't good. I'm not going to argue that, but they were bad enough to where I think that book could have squeaked out another 6 issues and been an entertaining what the fuck read. Like, God, they just keep doing stupid shit.
Agreed.
Like Ditko Autopilot, kind of just like corny villains coming in that are themed to the tarantula and random explosive violence just to keep it anchored in the first issue. Like, I think I enjoyed it way more than everybody else did. I'll say that. It was way higher in my rankings than it should be.
It's higher in my rankings than I think it should be, but it is not high. I was not a fan of that book, so I get it. I'm with you, Jared.
Okay. That's
all
fair.
right. Okay. So my number 24 is Blazing Battle Tales. Can I say the best thing about Blazing Battle Tales? The cover.
Easily.
The only good thing. I think I can honestly say it's the only good thing about that comic.
Who was that? Thorne? Or who did that?
Yeah, it was Thorne.
Yeah. It's the best thing about the whole goddamn Enterprise.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah. We made our thoughts very loudly known during an episode. So
yes.
Okay. For me, 24 was the Cougar.
There we go. All right.
Nonsensical. I think we all agreed during that episode that the dude probably walked around in a 70s turtleneck and tweed jacket, and then someone decided, where the hell is this costume? And drew a costume on him before it went to the printers. It felt like that, right?
Yeah.
Even if he wasn't that goofy and didn't make people call him the Cougar because he played a superhero in a movie earlier in his life,
oh my God.
It still would have been dumb. Even that second issue where it's like, oh, we're getting this flashback and he was a Bayou kid. It is like
so dumb.
Even it wasn't dumb enough to be fun for me. It was just dumb.
Yeah.
So that's that.
All right. We're down to the bottom of the barrel, right?
Let's do it.
Okay. Bottom of the barrel for Jared is Target. Target. I get it. I hate Target. Hate him.
He's a good cop. He's a damn good cop.
He's not. He's a bad cop. He's a bad good cop.
Okay. Well, I've made my feelings about Target known, so I appreciate him more than you guys do, but I would never argue. I would never suggest he needs to be higher than you ranked him, I guess.
No. Okay. All right. So my bottom of the barrel, no shock, no surprises. No one's winning in Vegas on this one. Tiger Man.
That's a good one.
Yep. What is it? Letter by what was the lettering machine that was used in that
set? I forgot the name of it. Yeah,
I can't remember either. I love
Jason Feinstein's shaking his fist somewhere.
He is, and he's shaking the actual letter set that he has, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. But Tiger Man, garbage, bananas, garbage, rotten bananas in the garbage.
Rotten bananas. That is also my least favorite book that we read.
Matt, we are 4 out of 5 for the for our bottom 5. By the way, you and me.
Really nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yes. Jared, my friend, you win a BAM coffee cup. So I'm going to email you and bug you about which design you want. But
nicely done, Jared.
Nicely done, sir. Okay. So are we ready to move on to top 5s?
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so ready. All right, we're ready for the champagne bucket. Matt, we've had this champagne bucket for many a year now. I can't remember which one we did this for. Bronze Age Buffet? Did we get it for Bronze Age Buffet?
Oh, we didn't have it from the Werewolf stuff?
I think we might. You know what? We might have. But yes, this is a vintage 60s champagne bucket that my lovely wife, Alicia, vintage dealer to end all vintage dealers, found us. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah, I feel like this came up in the Man-Wolf season. I think it was
I think you're right. Okay. Not looking. Jesse McFerrin.
Hey.
Longtime supporter of the show. Very cool.
Indeed.
All right, let's pull up Jesse's info here. All right. Okay, so we are starting with number 5, right?
Yep.
All right, number 5 for Jesse is Devilina.
That's fair.
Excellent choice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready. Okay. All right. Top 5 for me. Number 5 is Scorpion.
Scorpion.
I really, really liked Scorpion. I'm just going to show my hand now. What I noticed about my bottom 5 and my top 5 was that in my subconscious, with my heart, I voted for characters. I voted for characters that I hated, and I voted for characters that I wish I would have seen many arcs of.
Yeah.
That I thought had legs. And I think that old Scorpion, I don't know, I think it really could have turned it with just Chaykin behind the wheel. I think it could have been something really cool.
100%. In my estimation of this title, which did hover around my 5s, it was that Chaykin left the book and that we got a peek of what it was going to become, and that besmirched the first beautiful issue that I liked a lot.
No,
so
fair.
it did what it became did get knocked down for me. Which, may or may not be fair, but we did say we were going to subjectively just kind of pick a random criterion to focus on. So that was mine. Okay. So for me, my number 5 is Tales of Evil.
Yes.
I've made some discoveries about myself, Jacob, during this evaluation of the top 5s of who I am as a comics reader and what I want out of comics. But I really like getting Grandinetti, Thomas Sutton. There's all kinds of amazing artists that came up in this run of this book. Also, it introduced a character that I've loved, Bogbeast. I realized that I really like horror. I mean, I know that, but I mean, like, for me, what I really value in a read is a horror story. And I like a rotation of really talented artists going through. So, yeah.
It's a hell of a book. I'm sure I'll have more to say about it later.
It hovered around for me, but it did eked up into the, it made the cut.
Yeah.
So, what about number 4 for Jesse?
Okay, Jesse McFerrin. For number 4 for him, we have Planet of the Vampires.
Okay.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too. It wasn't something that I super connected with personally, but it's something that I understand its greatness.
For me, the first 2 issues of As an Origin were okay. I actually liked it at the end when like they went to like some California and it's like jungly and they meet some other variations of vampires. I was like, if this kept going, I would have loved this book.
Yeah, I did like that. You're right.
Like this weird Planet of the Apes sci-fi vampire thing. I would have totally been down with that. But yeah, so I did not connect with it. The first 2 issues strong enough for me to push it up into the echelon.
Yeah, agreed for me too. Okay, so number 4 for me is Tales of Evil. I had to put the Bog Beast in there, you know, because, okay, I loved that first issue. Grandinetti, cool artist, you know, horror anthology. I mean, get out of here. We all love that stuff. It's some of our most favorite things in comics is a well-done horror anthology title.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love that first issue, but goddamn, the character of the Bog Beast, I don't know why. I don't know why it works so well for me. I think for you too.
Yep.
I loved it. I fucking loved it. I want 50 issues of Bog Beast.
I was obsessed with it.
I know. I just kept reading them. I was just like, God damn, I love this. So yeah, I feel like, I mean, had I more time to second guess myself, Bog Beast, Tales of Evil might have climbed higher even for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. As I hovered over the table, it just kind of slowly, like you said, a dark horse just kind of like kept going up and knocking stuff out. I'm like, am I really swapping out this for Tales of Evil? Yes, I am.
Yeah, you are.
Because I had the issues laid out and I'm like, look at this goddamn art. Look at all these incredible storytellers. Yeah, I couldn't deny it. Okay. So my next one was Wolf the Barbarian.
Nice. Of course. I mean,
and this is complicated because Hama came in and did those first 2 issues and then left, and I forgot who took over. Gabe, or I don't know, somebody swooped in and started doing stuff, but I still enjoyed it even when it kind of wavered and was like, ooh, the creator's gone and it's suffering. But I was like, I would have read this in 1975. I would have read this book based on issue 4. So even if it was even if it was a B- after Hama left, I would still be into it.
Same. Love Wolf.
It had good bones. Like even mediocre storytelling, I think, could have survived. You know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah, I was a big fan. I think we both were.
All right. So Jesse McFerrin, number 3 would be Tales of Evil.
Nice.
I know, right?
I didn't think anybody else would pick Tales of Evil. I'm really very pleased right now.
Jesse was about the only one, I think, out of our voters that had it in the top 5.
We will, after this, we'll talk about the shape of the data, some of the other trends you saw in the aggregate. Well done, Jesse.
Yeah, amazing pick.
Yeah, you earned that BAM shirt you're getting.
Damn right. Okay, my number 3, Savage Combat Tales.
Nice.
How could we, I mean, I don't know, for character. Again, so the character of Sergeant Stryker is just so fucking good. Yeah. And it's so different. I mean, you know, this stuff, I've read a lot of war comics. And there's the themes of him kind of, you know, being a bit of a pacifist, having this thing, you know, those things have been touched upon, but in all the war comics I have read, I'd never come across a character that was like him. I'm even thinking about it right now. I'm being moved at his upbringing, his background. Like it stuck with me almost more than any other character in a lot of ways. Savage Combat Tales went all over the place. It went from 1, 2, 3. It just kept bouncing around because goddamn, I loved that book so much, specifically that first issue. That first issue is a perfect war comic.
It is.
And it was written in the twilight of war comics, you know? They were on their last legs and everything had been done. Every war story had been told, but nope, there was still some to tell.
Yeah, that flashback page when he's thinking back to his father and growing up on the farm, like that's some of the best stuff we read this entire year, in my opinion.
Easily.
Yeah. Okay. So for me, I picked Devilina.
Devilina, nice.
Flip
Okay.
back through there. Rick Estrada, the title ongoing story, that strange kind of almost quasi-religious iconographic art stuff I dug. And man, those different artists that came through in the backup stories, all the magazines had just top shelf art. So yeah, I mean, this again is me just reckoning with what I want, and I want good horror stories from great artists. I don't think the stories are always super strong in them, but the art always carried them. So I am happy to sacrifice inventive short form storytelling for masterful graphic design and art storytelling.
Agreed. And, we all have to do our homework on Devilina, as she's going to be the first film in the giant line of blockbusters that are coming. Household name, kids. It's coming your way from Atlas Seaboard.
Yep.
So, yeah, keep your eye on the on a Cineplex near you. Okay, so we're on to
Margot Robbie
Jesse's.
is playing her, by the way. She has to play everything. Legally.
She does. Legally, there is a contract, I think, with Satan himself. So, all right. So, Jesse McFerrin, number 2 is Thrilling Adventure Tales.
Nice.
Not a shocker.
Not a shocker at all.
No.
Impeccable taste, Jesse.
Impeccable taste, and made a lot of people's top 5s. So, yeah, just excellent anthology. I'm sure you and I are going to have some more stuff to say about it coming up. So, okay.
No surprises.
No surprises. From this point on, there's not a ton of surprises. So, yeah, my number 2, Wolf the Barbarian.
Well done.
So, I mean, you know me, I'm not a sword and sorcery guy. I'm just not. Like, I want to be, and stuff that I've read, and you and Jared himself have kind of guided me to different things from the Howard canon, from all this other stuff that I've grown to enjoy. But Wolf, I loved so much. Like, I loved that character, and that fucking first issue is one of the best first issues I've ever read of anything. I just think it has everything that a good comic has. I think it should be shown to people, just like, what's a good first issue for a debut character? How do you do that storytelling? How do you do it? It was perfection. I think Wolf the Barbarian number 1 is a perfect comic.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. Just that kind of slight upending of the Sword and Sorcery apple cart of having him be royalty. Just kind of adds a little twist to it that gives it a whole new kind of take on the genre. And like you said, the character building in that first issue was so good. Like I said in my review of this, like the bones were so good. Hama did such a great job setting up this world and this character that I would have followed him through mediocre runs, and just would have always been on my pull list.
Yeah, here's the other thing that I noticed with Wolf is that, and again, I realized that I was voting on character. Mm-hmm. I was voting on characters, and my top 5, at the end of it, I was just like, of course, had these 5 titles gone on for 50 issues, I would bind these. These would be bound.
Yep.
No question.
100%.
So, and Wolf especially, all I can think about is that one fucking page of them flying on that dying dragon thing as they go through all those different worlds that are fully realized worlds. Yep. To where I just page, like, oh my God, that's just perfection. So yeah, that's my take on Wolf. Gorgeous.
Love it. My number 2 might be controversial. Is Thrilling Adventure Stories.
Okay. Yeah. I'm thinking your number 1's going to be controversial. Thrilling Adventure Stories 2 is, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, like we've said, they seem to pull out all the stops on the art for the magazines, and all their anthology magazine stuff for me was just unimpeachable. My only beef with any of their magazine stuff, which is all of it, was that there was the text stuff in there, the movie pieces or whatever that we just were kind of like, we never really talked about why that is, but there's something with the post office. They had to have a certain amount of text prose material in it to count for some media shipping rate. It was some complicated thing. I forgot the whole backstory. I'm sure Jacob knows but anyway,
that's basically it. And it's literally every magazine. It's not just these. It's literally every comic magazine.
Yes. So if you wonder why, the comic mags that you read have to have these short stories in them or whatever, that is why they're just trying to appease the post office so they can get whatever cheaper rates on shipping and distribution, whatever stuff. So, I mean, the Severin story. I mean, I'm just thinking back in this whole thing. Sting of Death, that jungle story with the racist dowager lady and the guy sacrificing himself, to go back and try and save that dude from the tribesmen. Like, all the sure it didn't age well, but the story is still pretty goddamn good. And again, this is another thing that this is a little butch for me. I used to say that Sword and Sorcery is a little butch for me. This is even more butch for me. Lawrence of Arabia and whatever. I'm not that cool of a kid. I'm not that masculine of a dude. But I would have bought this every single issue and had this in a special drawer. This didn't go in the treehouse. This didn't go in my backpack on sleepovers. This would have been saved as a collector's edition for me only. So
love it. Awesome.
Can't get a higher honor than that.
All right. Well, not shockingly, we're going to go with Jesse McFerrin's number 1 of the Atlas Seaboard is Wolf the Barbarian. Can't say anything more about it. It's just
gold, silver, and bronze.
Yeah. Yeah. Seriously. It's just so goddamn good. So he mirrored 4 out of year 5.
Yep. We're simpatico.
I do believe if we were going to go with someone that guessed one of our top 5s, I think Jesse wins that too, honestly. It's the Devilina.
Though.
Well, they're not in order. No,
I meant in order, baby.
You're
titles
talking,
and order.
This is Powerball shit you're talking here.
No shit.
Okay.
The keys to my car, the pink slip, have been, I didn't think anybody could do it,
Jesse got closer he got the closest out of everyone.
Hi, Jesse.
Hey, Jesse.
Let's go bowling sometime.
you and Matt are simpatico.
Yeah. We're in sync now, Jacques. Can you feel it?
Drinking another Twin Peaks.
There you go. Okay. What's your top of the heap?
Okay. Well, I mean, no shock. It's thrilling adventure stories. So for me, Wolf and thrilling adventure stories bounced a little bit.
Okay.
So they did for a while. I read thrilling adventure stories again. That fucking Russ Heath story at the end. That just fucking did it for me. I think it's some of the best comic storytelling I've seen in any era.
Yeah.
I mean, Russ Heath is master, by himself. Obviously, everyone knows Russ Heath. Everyone knows he's amazing. He's an amazing war comic artist and storyteller. But that one clinched it for me. Is that thrilling adventure stories? I agree. I agree with you that I would have kept that one. I would have kept that one safe. It's just something about it. That. It was just, we were so thrilled and happy to read that. And I love that episode too. Going back and kind of listening again to that episode, I was just you and I were so happy and we were so just I don't know. That's one of my favorite later BAM episodes is just us going through thrilling adventure stories because we were like kids. We were just so excited.
Yep.
And so happy to be talking about the medium and just how good this medium can get. And that's thrilling adventure stories. So that's why it's my number 1.
Yep. That's a very fair call. Mine, again, this was a reorganizing kind of a late surge, was Weird Tales of the Macabre.
Really? Yeah. Okay, that is shocking to me.
Yeah. I went back through there and the art in there. Again, the stories were okay. We had a great time talking with Tony Iuppi, but the art was just superb in there. There was Zerenius. There were some wild artists I forgot were in there. This is something a little more mature stuff. That Devilina story. We talked with Ben about Devilina, but that had that mermaid story that was disturbing and heartbreaking.
It's very
this
disturbing.
Wasn't quite that level, but it almost achieved that same level for me. And the art was consistently good throughout that. This is what I want. I just want a good horror story from a great artist. That's all I need. So I got it in spades from this.
It's a great magazine. Absolutely is. It edged out of my top 5 or top 10, but not because it wasn't great. It was great.
Yeah. So Savage Combat Tales was in my top 5 forever until Sunday. And they got edged out by Devilina and Tales of Evil surging up in there. And it was just kind of like, okay, I have to make peace with it. I think I just chose, like you said, you ranked on character and I ranked on...
It seemed like you ranked on art.
I ranked on art, I guess. So, if we had clarified what we wanted, top 5 characters, whatever, it would have been totally different. I think Stryker would have been top of the list.
Weird Tales made it on to a number of top 5s, not enough to get into the aggregate, but it it's in people's lists. People really appreciated it and really loved the art. I did too.
So do we want to talk about the Shape of Data, or do we want to show the full Monty, our full...
let's show our full Monty.
Okay. Can I go since mine's queued up?
Go for it.
Okay, so here's mine. You've seen the top and bottom 5. So,
okay.
Police Action surprisingly was also in the top 5 for a long time.
Police Action was in a lot of people's top 5.
Okay.
Not enough to maybe have it rank. I can't remember if it ranked or not, but Police Action was pretty high up. It was high up for me. It went down.
And I just kept going back to that first Plug story from the first issue that we were just mooning over how good it was.
But that's the only one that makes it good. The Sikowski stuff wasn't good. It was just the Plug stuff. That's why it didn't make it higher for me.
Yeah, reviewing the Sikowski stuff, I was like, God dang it. I like the goofy character stuff in here and like all the weird, corny writing, but it was just like the Plug that was carrying all that dead weight for me. So it just didn't make it. So Barbarians was based entirely on that European.
Yep. You didn't have to tell me.
Yeah. Demon Hunter is based entirely on potential. We talked with Michael and Angus about
that's
that.
High.
It was not good. It was a mess. It was, felt like it was written, upside down, hanging upside down on an airplane or something like that. But like, I think that the pieces were all in place where that could have been a good comic. If Kraft had his time and got to run things, I think that had something going for it. Weird suspense. I love the Tarantula. I think it's berserk. I love Boyette. Iron Jaw. I love that lovable, doofy bastard. That would have been on my pull list. Even if it was terrible, even when he kind of had an Alan Alda moment and kind of like became a feminist, it was still entertaining for me. And the art was always decent, particularly when Pablo Marcos came on.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Scorpion fell pretty far from me, and that was based entirely on Chaykin leaving.
Well, yeah, I get it.
Then the last column here, Western Action, Hands of the Dragon. I think they had a lot of potential to just be solid programmers, just solid, like, there's always something for you here. I think Fright had a lot of potential, actually, to be a really doofy book, like corny as hell, entertaining horror book. We talked about Planet of Vampires. Morlock, I really liked the first issue, or the first 2 issues. When he killed that kid, I was just like, this is for me. I love this. This is gross and morbid and just offensive.
It's all about child death for us, I guess, honestly. Yeah. I mean, maybe that's just what it's about. We didn't even know. Yeah,
Phoenix for me was just like, I hated the first origin issue. The character itself, I didn't like it. Once they decided to make him fight Satan in India or the Himalayas, I was like, okay. Then they made him a Kirby thing. I was like, God damn it.
I know that 3rd issue was so goddamn good, though.
Yes, it was. I don't know. Target and the Destructor. They had their moments for me, but whatever. What do you got?
All right. What do I got here? Okay. So let me tell you, Western Action was in my top 5 for a long time.
It started off there. It just kept falling.
And I know that it's because the drop-off was so huge after the Doug Wildey thing. Is one of the best things I've read in a long time. Also, I think one of the best, as tropey as it was as a Western comic, it was so goddamn beautiful.
Oh, man.
I could not believe it. It just took my breath away. Maybe some of my favorite art of the entire season.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just shocked. I was so glad we got to talk with Jackson T. Overstreet on that one because, fuck, I loved it so much.
I just felt like Wildey wouldn't have hung around. I felt like that was a a favor to Martin or something like that, and like he would have been gone within 2 issues, and it would have been like all that sub, half breed, blah blah blah. I thought that just kind of like whatever. Yeah. So for me, it was just obviously based on nothing except feelings.
Yeah, well, obviously, that's why Grim Ghost is in my top 10, because I loved the character, because I just wish the character would have been done better. I don't know. Like, I don't know why that's so high. But I did really like, I thought Cologne's art was actually pretty good, and we got some sexy ladies in it. So
that was the best part of it.
Maybe that's all it takes for me. Police Action, same thing. Plug, man. Police Action was in my top 5 for a while.
Yeah.
But I had to knock it down because I fucking hate Sikowski. I hate Mike Sikowski. That's what I've learned. I think he's a hack.
Wait, all Sikowski or 70s Sikowski?
Well, 70s Sikowski. Going back, I mean, Sikowski goes back to like Justice Society
50s.
and shit. And, he was fine. I still think he's kind of a hack. I know his Justice League stuff is renowned, and I don't know. I don't fucking like him. And reading all this Atlas shit, I really don't like him now. So, Devilina, loved. Weird Tales of the Macabre, loved. Destructor made it pretty high just because of that goddamn second issue. Where it's just
the one where
back on the farm
the
with
crime
Paul.
family.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
It was so good. That's why it didn't get dumped down more. Morlock too. I don't know. It was stupid as fuck. And
Yes,
I hated that first page of picture of that gal is like the worst thing I've ever seen in a comic. The art is so terrible, but for some reason it still kind of charmed me a little bit. Planet of the Vampires, I think it's kind of garbage, but it was still fun. Yeah, Phoenix, Barbarians, only because of that awesome. It was Spanish? Is that what it was? It was Italian, right?
The dude was Spanish and the magazine was German.
Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Weird Suspense, kind of, if I were to change things, Weird Suspense actually would be a little higher because I liked the goofiness of it.
Yeah.
Hands of the Dragon, I just didn't get into as much. I don't know. I know you loved it.
All potential for me. Like,
yeah.
It was like, if it keeps on this trajectory, I would love this, but I don't love it yet.
Yeah. Demon Hunter, no. And Ironjaw. Yeah, Ironjaw was way down for me. I don't know. Even Pablo Marcos couldn't save it for me. I just didn't. And I think especially after I was introduced to Wolf, then I was just like, fuck Ironjaw forever. Like, I'm Wolf, Team Wolf,
two sides
all
of a
the
coin.
way. Fuck that other side. I only want one side of coin.
Well, if you want the sunshine, you got to put up with the rain, or the rainbow. You got to put up with the rain. Jake. Come on.
No.
You know what great philosopher said that? Dolly Parton. People said she's just a great big pair of tits.
No, look, I'm never going to besmirch Dolly Parton. I look at a life-size cutout of her. I say life-size. I actually think it's a little bigger than she is actually in real
She's
life.
larger than life.
Well, the cutout is probably about like 5'7". I know she's not 5'7", even with the hair and heels. Wow. So, but God bless Dolly. So yeah, you're right. But then that's my bottom 5. So yeah, it was interesting to see how ours differed and how ours were the same.
Yes. Different strokes.
That's right.
So let's talk about some of the things that you noticed.
Yeah, so let's go. Okay, sorry, I'll get to our MVPs here.
Okay.
Past our MVPs. Okay, so our aggregate for the listeners, their top 5. Wolf was by far. Well, not by far. I actually think Wolf, and then right underneath was Thrilling Adventure Stories.
Okay.
And so Wolf, number 1, Thrilling Adventure Stories was everyone's number 2. Number 3 was The Scorpion. Number 4, The Grim Ghost. Wow. And number 5, Police Action. So yeah, Grim Ghost loomed pretty large.
Yeah, it didn't loom for me.
Yeah, but Police Action. Yeah, but all of these, it was really no contest for these top 5. Everything else was pretty far below.
Interesting.
Yeah, so the bottom 5 is a little shocking in a lot of ways. Well, in a few ways. Okay, really the Ironjaw. I didn't think everything else pretty much matched ours, except people hated Ironjaw. Hated him.
I love that doofy bastard.
I know. No, I knew you would be like, what? Number 24 is Ironjaw.
Yeah.
But yeah,
wild.
people just hated him. only hated, yeah, that is very accurate. They only hated Tiger Man a slight bit less.
Yeah, you got to have a good heel.
Or a little more. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was, but yeah, Brute, Blazing Battletails, Cougar, Tiger Man. So, I mean, all listeners pretty much mirrored our top 5 aside from, Iron Jaw and, but yeah, the rest of them, yeah, they matched us.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, that's something.
Yeah.
Except for the people being wrong about, I don't know.
I knew that stick in your craw.
That's not stuck. This is stuck. I'll walk away from this. I'll be fine. I'm going to
You'll
rise
be
stronger. Better than ever.
Do we draw another name?
Yeah, we need to do an MVP of
okay,
the
let's do
Atlas
an
experience.
Let's do an MVP. All right.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah, what do you got?
No. Oh.
That's rigged, folks. He's reaching for the one they put chewing gum on.
My childhood comics.
Okay.
All right.
Recent addition to the pack, I believe.
Recent addition to the pack, but has been a cool fan, been in contact with us a few times. Yeah. And you'll like from My Childhood Comics, their MVP is Mike Plug.
Nice.
Because shit, why not, man?
Yeah, no, why not?
Yeah, fucking totally understand that.
Well, I mean, it came up naturally in our conversation that was some of our favorite art stuff from in the top 10 of art moments of the entire season. So.
Oh yeah, just so good.
Since mine's queued up, can I go next?
Go for it.
Okay, so we decided, that we could have some honorable mentions. So we have 2 honorable mentions. My Childhood Comics, by the way, you're getting the Atlas shirt from Jason Feinstone.
Nice.
Okay, honorable mentions. For me, Bog Beast.
Hell yeah.
MVP of the whole goddamn thing.
Shit, yeah, you don't have to twist my arm about that one. I loved him.
Should I just do the whole thing?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Mystery colorist. Whoever the colorist was, you deserved a lot more credit than you got. This whole season, there were some, I mean, I know you weren't one person. I'm speaking to you like you're one person, but you're not a person. You're people, I'm sure. But whoever you were that did some of that amazing coloring work that we oohed and awed and grabbed our crotches over the whole year long, thank you. You elevated some stories, some art in this whole
thing. Damn right.
But for me, ultimately, Jeff Roven is the MVP of this enterprise.
That's what I like to hear.
He did amazing work. He basically was the opposite force of Martin Goodman, who was based on spite and revenge and evil. And Jeff Roven saw this as an opportunity to tell some good stories, to push the medium, to get a better situation for artists and writers, and to get them better page rates, better pay, better whatever, keep their characters. And he was a net positive for the medium of comics. So he's my ultimate MVP.
Yeah, I fully agree. Roven is a superstar in this story.
Nice.
So, okay. All right, I got to go back for mine a little bit. So, my first honorable mention, guess what? Mystery colorist.
Nice.
Couple people right now, I just have his data up, as Ben Potter also fully agreed that the mystery colorist, he said it really nicely. He said, the mystery colorist of Atlas that elevated rushed, mediocre art into something great.
Yeah.
100%. That mystery colorist, man, there was some amazing choices made and really elevated the shit. Second one's got to be Larry Hama. Jesus Christ. I mean, I can't say enough about Wolf. It's just some of the best stuff I've ever read.
Here's one thing I can say about Wolf. He's not Bog Beast.
He's not Bog Beast. No, he's not.
That's my only issue with him.
Yeah. Talk about two sides.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't have Wolf without Bog Beast. All right. So, and guess what? Jeff Roven for my MVP as well.
Nice.
Yeah, you're right. I don't think it's hyperbole at all that Roven did a lot for comics with what he did with Atlas Seaboard, and the incredible job that he had, the task that he was given by Martin Goodman. I think it would have destroyed Lesser Men. Like, how can you get, how can you even get your head around the shit that he was asked to do? He pushed the code. He got better page rates. Artists kept their. Do you think Martin Goodman came up with this shit? Do you think Martin Goodman was like, tell them they get their art? I was like, no way, man.
I bet Martin Goodman started from the position of, okay, so we'll get some old comics and draw some hippie hair on them and put Groovy in a couple word balloons and just push them out. That's probably where he started from. I'm not even joking.
I don't think you're joking either. It's just like, my friend Israel Waldman is doing something these days with his color comics. I think we just do that. Let's get Bill Everett to draw hippie hair on him.
Yep.
Give him $20. So no, I think that Rovin's behind all this. I think any of the positives that came from Atlas Seaboard, it's Rovin. Rovin did the unimaginable. He did something good. He gave something good. He did something good for the industry. Did it end well? No. Did it end well for him with Atlas? No. He got out just when he needed to get out.
Yeah.
And the guy's a hero.
I agree. I if nothing else, I'll have people walk away from the season just realizing that guy actually played a pretty big role in artists and writers getting their due and just being treated a little bit better by the industry that notoriously treated them like shit for decades.
And I mean, that's the big takeaway from Atlas Seaboard, right? Like, that's the thing that happened. They were the first ones to be like, here's your art. We're paying you a living wage. And you know what? Take your character. It's fine. And a lot of people did.
Yep.
And that raised the bar, that set a standard that now Marvel and DC were at least slightly shamed into doing a little bit more.
Yep. Exactly. That's how progress works. You don't turn a ship around on a dime. You slowly and incrementally change things and turn around. And he started that turn. That doesn't mean the industry was fixed by any means for creators, but sure improved their lot in the industry. So thank you, Jeff.
Yeah,
He's still around,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah, I think he is still around. And yeah, he deserves to be the MVP of the season by far.
Yeah. Should have interviewed him.
I
bet he would have done it.
He probably would have done it.
Yeah. Something to think about. As a addendum to the an epilogue.
Yeah.
I'm sure he doesn't want to talk about it anymore. I think I've done several multi-hour long interviews with publications about this, and I don't really want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah, I think he's probably done. I think he was done when Comic Book Artist came out 16 years ago or something.
20 years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I think that issue was 2001.
Yeah.
It's 25 years ago.
Yeah, it was a while. So yeah.
Anyway, thanks, Jeff. And not to throw shade at Larry. He picked up the reins when Jeff walked and did what he did.
He did his best.
He did things.
He did things. No, Chip Goodman did things. Yeah, Larry did his best.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. Is there any aggregate data on people's MVPs to share beyond? You did say a lot of people mentioned Mystery Colorists.
Yeah, a lot of people, just from ones that I have in front of us, couple Jeff Rovin, a couple Larry Hamas, couple Mike Plugs, Martin Goodman, Shadavid said Martin Goodman, malice, bad ideas, but none of it happens without him.
That's a good point.
And he's right. And it was Lance McGee saying Martin Goodman for giving Marvel the middle finger.
Marvel needs it.
Marvel needs it, and they needed it at the time. So, some Larry Hama, our good friend MJ, said his MVP was the panel from Brute 1 of the kid in shock in the hospital. That's gold, Jerry, gold.
Good.
Jesse McFerrin, our first prize winner, said not Atlas, but Caleb Hammer was the best thing this season. Kind of cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty cool.
I did like that somebody posted a message and said, like, I've never liked Western comics until I watched this episode, and I'm going to be checking out some Western comics. Like, that was a huge compliment to me.
It's a big compliment. Lots of people have said very nice things about the Caleb Hammer episode. So I think it's pretty good. Our good friend Brink also said Martin Goodman's Wounded Pride. Which I loved.
Nice, Brink.
It was great.
Holy shit. I love that.
Yeah, and then a lot of Chakins, a lot of Rovens, a lot of Larry Hamas, a lot of Mike Plugs. Yeah.
No Iron Jaws? Nobody said Iron Jaw?
No one said Iron Jaw. Weirdly enough, Iron Jaw just was, everyone just piled on Iron Jaw. I'm so sorry about your boy.
Whatever. I still have my my weird Olympian cast into the future.
Yeah.
Mandrax, whatever his name was. Love that guy.
That guy was fucking awesome.
We did get a note from MJ in our Discord today that he said we could share. He said, just ahead of your final recording, I wanted to say, 1, well done on the show. You've entertained quite a few people for several years, no small feat. And 2, on your ballot form, I almost nominated yourselves as the stars of Atlas. Nobody, and I mean nobody, would have stuck out that run without you. But I didn't want to be a grade grubber, so I put a different, equally valid answer. Excelsior! Thank you, MJ.
Yeah, thank you. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Yeah, when we went to England, we got to hang out with MJ. We got to have a beer with him at the oldest pub in London.
Yeah,
that was
amazing.
That was amazing. That was awesome.
And he was wearing a really loud Werewolf by Night shirt. And I still hung out with him in public. Like all over print. Like,
that was so
Hawaiian
great.
Shirt.
Oh, it was so awesome. I loved it.
He was, it was super fun to hang out with him. And he gave us gifts too, which was super nice.
I know. I still have them. Awesome. I was reading that issue he gave us the other night.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that's it for MVPs. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
So we still have the Star God.
Okay.
For someone in the lower 48.
Okay, lower 48. We're pulling something out here. Matt Parks.
Matt Parks.
There we go.
I don't know you, Matt Parks, but you
know.
won a Star God action figure with multiple hands and swords and weapons. So if you will email me at bronzeagemonsters@gmail.com and let me know, Matt Parks, where I can send that to, I would love to send you that gift. Thank you for voting. Thank everybody for voting. I really appreciate that. We love getting all the data. The season finales are always one of my favorite parts of the season. Because it was just fun to hear other people's feedback, right? It's always you and me talking into a void unless we have a guest. And so it was always fun to hear like what people thought of what we thought or the stuff we didn't say or what we missed or whatever. So
it was nice. Yeah, it was really cool. And people had a lot of really nice things to say. You've been very kind to us on this victory lap. So yeah, I appreciate it. We appreciate it. Well,
cool. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say, Jacob. We talked a lot throughout this run. We made a big feast out of the comic book artist number 16. We fed on that mastodon all year long.
We did.
It's pretty much just bones left. I think we've got all the. I actually did when I was researching some stuff. This last week, I found an Atlas Seaboard article a blog that I had not found before. And I thought I'd found all of them over the last 2 years. So I was actually shocked. I was like, holy shit, something I haven't read yet when I've been eating, breathing, and drinking this goddamn thing for the last year. So that was wild. But I don't know. Any final thoughts? I guess we're at final thoughts.
Yeah, we're at final thoughts for the season. So yeah, I mean, I won't belabor the point. I'm sure we'll talk about it in our series finale. But this season, I'm so glad we went Atlas Seaboard. This was a great direction that you put us on, Matt. This was a perfect way to go out. And I love that we've laid the foundation. If anyone wants to know anything about Atlas Seaboard, they can just come to us. And we have done the work. And we've done something that, I know there's articles, there's the CBA issue, there's all that. But as far as something aside from the CBA issue, you can come here and get all of your coverage on Atlas Seaboard. And this will just live on YouTube forever. So we will be a resource for future generations.
Yeah. And, there was a reason that I put the art up for this whole season. There was a video version of every episode. So that was because who knows when those pirate scan sites will get pulled down. Who knows when, whatever. These are already kind of scarce, or they're not expensive, but they're often scarce. So yeah, I mean, I think we pretty much covered pretty highly detailed every issue we talked about, at least issue 1. So you can always dive into our YouTube channel and experience the art of the issue at hand, which is another thing too. I think there's some amazing stuff out there that we're keeping out in the ether by making video versions of it. So, worst comes to worst, you can mute it and put on a record and not listen to us babble and see the art.
We always encourage you putting on a record.
Yeah.
So
true. Yeah. So, I don't know. Did your opinion on the Atlas Seaboard experiment change based on either prior knowledge? I don't think you had a ton prior to starting this, but based on expectation, at least, from before we started to now?
I don't know. I think that I feel like there were more highlights than I expected in the end. I feel like in my top 5, especially in my top 3, those are things that I'm so thankful that I got exposed to. And, knowing about Wolf, knowing about the magazines that Atlas did, knowing about, Police Action, the Scorpion, there's some real gold in here. And there's a lot of shit. There just is a lot of shit and a lot of just kind of mediocre stuff as well. But goddamn, the stuff that I loved, I really, really loved. And these are things I'll reread for the rest of my life. I'll reread that Wolf run. I'll have these magazines out. It's just something that I'll always have, and that I'm glad I read, and I'm glad we chose to read.
For me, like when you say there's a lot of shit, for me it was more often than not a really strong start. Like I think of the guitar solo in Back to the Future, and then when your hands start disappearing, it's like, and that's when Friedrich comes in and Martin Goodman's saying, make it more like Marvel. And they have no sales figures, but they're rebooting the entire series mid-series. Like for me, that was like the overarching like shitness. Like there was occasionally just something I was like, this is terrible. This is just not a good book from Jump Street. But I think for the most part, there was always something interesting, even if it had Sikowski art, where I was like, well, at least the premise is interesting, or storytelling or something. And then I would just be kind of like, oh, by issue 3, it's unrecognizable.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. I'd say the majority of them.
Yeah, but no, you're right. I mean, I think if this is as an experiment goes, this is unprecedented in comics. No one has done this. And no one has tried so hard and crashed so violently as Atlas. So I think, and it's called a footnote in comic history. I think it's a cautionary tale in a lot of ways. And it's what happens when you experiment, and sometimes things go really, really well. But then in the end, if your grand creative gesture is built on a foundation of spite and hate and anger, it's going to crumble.
I would like to know, all told, from June of 74 or May of 74 to September of 75, how much did Goodman pump into this? And then adjust for inflation. Like just a sense of like, what did this gesture, this spiteful Latte Larry's, cost Martin Goodman?
I'd be curious for an inflation adjusted amount as well. But correct me if I'm wrong, I really feel like Goodman started out strong with his, mission statement, just like, fuck Marvel, let's do this. Here's a bunch of money. And I don't know exactly, I don't think we ever got a real sense of when he just pieced out to Florida. Because it seemed like it was after issue 2.
I got the impression that after he saw he previewed issues 1, was just kind of angry. And just was perpetually angry, and just was like, I'm going to keep cutting checks, but I'm not happy. More Marvel.
More Marvel. And so it's he's like, okay, issue 2 better be fucking Marvel.
Yeah.
And then he leaves.
Yeah. And
then he comes back. I love Kraft just being like, we all had martinis in our hands. We're all like, to Atlas. Yeah. And then Goodman comes back and he's just like, fire everybody.
taking all the pencils away and turning the lights off. Yep.
Oh man, yeah, I loved that. I love that Kraft gave us that image. It makes me really happy.
So for me, it was just kind of my final thought is just this has a rep of being mediocre comics based out of spite, and I think that's a really simplistic, glib take on what happened. I think there's a much richer story that we explored over the last year, and like he said, there's a lot of highs, a lot more highs than I expected. All the magazine stuff was top shelf. Those people can hold their head high. They did some amazing stuff. They didn't have the backing. They didn't have consistency, right? That was the main takeaway too. Like the thing that killed this was like, there was no consistency. If you had someone willing to like, I'm in for 3 years, you guys give me 12 issues or whatever, like, and let people cook. He didn't let anybody cook. He changed everything. He fired people, replaced them, and it was just doomed to fail based on that. So, but a lot of good stuff came out of it.
Yeah, I fully agree. There were my final takeaways. There are way more highs than I expected.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, for people to just write the entire Atlas Seaboard experience off as just mediocre shit, I think is wrong.
Yeah, I believe in the intro to Comic Book Artist 16, they're like the opening salvo of the issue is like this guy saying this is mediocre shit, and we're going to talk about it for a whole issue. Like, and I was angry when I first read that a year ago. I was like, "Fuck you!" Like, I haven't read any of this yet, and I can tell you, as a person who appreciates art, I don't even make this kind of art, and I'm like, "Fuck, that's lame, dude. That's a lame take."
That is.
I forgot who wrote that. That it was like a 2-page thing, and I was just like,
I know.
All right, here's our issue. It's a bunch of shit. It was all shitty shit by shitty people. So enjoy.
Not true.
Weird footnote. Like, so fuck that guy. Fuck
yeah,
that
not
guy.
true. Not true at all.
Yeah. Okay. So had a good time. Again, if you guys want to send in a message, if you can't be there whenever we announce the series finale, the big farewell, see you later, whatever we're doing. Yeah, you can do that to bronzeagemonsters@gmail.com. You can also send it Blue Sky or Instagram or Threads, anywhere where we are. You want to send something there, but you can send in a video to us at Gmail or audio, whatever. If you want to send a message, we'd love to hear it. Again, you can post it in the comments down below and just we'll read it on the air there. We'll collect all that stuff if anybody wants to. Otherwise, it'll just be me and Jacob prattling on like an old married couple about whatever the hell we did over the last 5 years, 6 years.
Well, we have already for 1,000 hours.
Yep.
So,
yeah. Yeah. The good news is someone can scrape all this and feed it to an AI podcast producer.
Yep.
And do you want to know, we thought about something we didn't read? It'll sound like us.
oh, that's, we'll live on.
In infamy. All right, Jacob, I think we did it right.
I think we did it right. I think this was a great season. It was the perfect way to go out. So, yeah. But like you were saying, this is just our season finale. Series finale is coming.
Yep.
And I want everyone. I want all the old folks from the beginning to come back. I want Michelle from Moonlit Comics. I want everybody, to come on back so we can all chat.
Yep. That would be a blast. Hopefully whenever we do announce that, people are available to hop on and say hi or to just see it live, whatever. But yeah, looking forward to that. Had a great time talking with you about Atlas Seaboard for the last year and wrapping it up tonight, Jacob.
Yeah, me too. This was a blast.
All right, folks. Well, as we always say at these things, at the end, we say, what do we say, Jacob? I'll let you say it for this final one.
We say, stay bronze, pony boy. Stay bronze.
There you go. Thanks, everybody.